Hi there everyone, welcome to my channel Aqualuna73. This is going to be another moon reading. Please bear in mind these are general readings. It could resonate at any time of your life. There are no time frames attached to the readings. I know sometimes I use astrology, and even though I might talk about certain planets that are present at a certain specific time, it doesn't mean you cannot still apply the lessons in whatever specific reading that you're going to get from me. So today is going to be like an astrological type of tarot reading because I felt pulled to do this reading. Okay, so at the moment in astrology this week there is a Mars Pluto Sun T-square. Okay, and basically in the astrology world, this is a really big energy. Okay, it's a huge energy. It's something momentous. It's something that can bring huge transformative change. Okay, Mars is associated with the sign of Aries. Pluto is associated with the sign of Scorpio, which is also associated with the death card. Okay, Aries is associated with the ram and fire signs. Okay, so you also there's the specific card in my tarot deck, the Osiris. Is it the Osiris card with the ram's horns? Okay, anyway, and the sun is associated with the sign of Leo. Okay, so it's almost like these the celestial bodies that's currently moving in this, I want to say, energetic orb. Okay, it's inviting us to do a lot of soul searching. Okay, it's inviting us to discover new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things, new ways of approaching things. And this is probably why I got the download of George Carlin. Okay, I posted some stuff of him in my community section. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can remember, I did this Holy Grail reading. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a moon reading, but it's going to be a collective moon reading for everyone. Okay, collective meaning for the whole planet for that matter. And I'm going to do a 9-card spread, and we're going to do ask questions and the energy surrounding that card. I have my questions here. Okay, I write down my questions, that what the universe wants me to ask. Like I tell you, I do meditations. I have my notebook here, and I've written down 9 questions. Okay, for what you might ask the universe for whatever this situation is that we're currently facing. So let's start. Let me not digress. Okay, Ascended Masters, my spirit guides, God, God's Son, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, my ancestors and spirit guides, whoever you resonate as, to my viewers, my subscribers, and my collective. Everyone who watches my content and who supports my channel, what lessons and messages do you have for my collective and for me today? Please and thank you. And so Lord it be. Amen. Okay, so let's see here. First card is the Page of Cups. It's your first card. Okay. Okay, in this, the first question that you're asking yourself with this first card is, you need to understand yourself, understanding oneself, and you're asking yourself something about your identity, something about your roots, your character, where you come from, okay? The legacy that you've built thus far. In other words, almost like a questioning Okay, maybe questioning some type of societal um, norm that you have followed your whole life. Okay, you should ask yourself questions regarding this with this Page of Cups. The Page of Cups today comes across as a very young energy. In my opinion, cups represent your emotions, a young energy. It comes across as something open. Okay, someone willing to be open to learn. Okay, this is what's coming through today. And this is the energy that you need to be in. This is the energy that the universe is requiring us to be in this Page of Cups energy. It also comes across like some type of emotionally full energy, okay? And not necessarily meaning that the universe wants you to be misled. More like be open. Be open to a new understanding. Be open to new knowledge. Be open to new experiences, okay? Currently, the sun is in Taurus. It's Taurus season. And the Taurus is also engaging with Mars and Pluto. Okay, which Pluto is a very transformative sign. Like I said, it's associated with the planet sorry, the sign Scorpio, not the planet. The sign Scorpio, okay. The thing that I see here in my head now, it's like a triangle, a pyramid, okay. Holy Trinity. This is what's coming up. But it don't necessarily look at it like Holy Trinity, more like the word triple perspective is coming to mind. I don't know why. Okay, it's like triple refinement is coming to mind. It's almost like, say for instance, if you make wine or some type of thing, like some type of oil, okay, you have to refine the oil, okay, and it goes through some type of filter to refine it so that all impurities can be removed. Okay, so it's like a triple refined thing, a triple refined energy that's currently in the energy, I mean in our periphery, in our environment at the moment, or in the planets for that matter. I think for some of you, seeing that it's a page energy, it's very young, it's a fresh energy in my opinion, but seeing that it's a young energy, it can, okay, see, if you're new to something, basically, it sometimes can be overwhelming, okay, especially if you basically pushed into a new direction, or forced for that matter, maybe by the universe or whoever you resonate as in your spiritual practice. It's like there is some type of force that's pushing you in a specific direction, okay, and this force that's pushing you in the specific direction is something that you feel is challenging to you. This is what I also pick up with this card. The second card is the Knight of Swords. The other thing that I also pick up here with this Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is someone that charges. Okay, this is something that I've noticed. Even I have made myself guilty of this. Is when you, I don't want to say woke, okay, because there's a lot of people that have a problem with that word, and I can totally understand why, so we're not going to talk about that. But when you go on your spiritual journey and you begin to grow and you start to realize things, you start to open up to a new perspective or a new type of thinking, it basically feels like a very painful experience. Okay, I want to think of an example. What I mean with this is what's coming to mind. I was thinking the other day, the world is changing at such a rapid pace. Everything is changing, technology, everything is advancing. All those sci-fi movies are like becoming a reality for us, okay? And it's happening very fast. And usually when things like that happen, there are certain things. It's almost like we have this problem adapting, because the pace is very fast, but we are having difficulty adapting to some type of change as a collective, okay? Okay, so this T-square that I was talking about, this configuration of this T-square involves Mars, Pluto, and the Sun, okay? And it's across fixed signs, okay? So these fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. And these basically, these combination or this configuration of these planets and these signs are asking us to evaluate, okay? I posted earlier a post about George Carlin. We spoke about values, okay? It's like these combination of planets. This Taurus is associated with the planet Venus, which is the planet of love. What do I always say? What is love? Love is understanding. Pluto is associated with death and transformation, which is associated with Scorpio. Okay. The Sun is associated with Leo. The Sun is illumination. Okay, so we need to illuminate. We need to shed light on some very uncomfortable experiences, uncomfortable topics, regardless of what it is. Okay, we need to tear it open, because there is a part of the world, okay, that wants other part of the world to keep quiet about, because it serves a certain type of dynamic. And when I'm going to post this video, I'm going to post why I'm saying this. There are two things. Okay, it's a post about something that happened in Australia recently, and then there's another post. I can't remember what it is. I will see, and then I will post the links. It was on Facebook that I saw this, but it's basically boiling down to talking about things that are uncomfortable, talking about things that affect people, okay? Because something that I've also noticed is, as long as it doesn't affect certain people to a certain extent, okay, you can sit in the comfort of your home. You see all the things that's happening in the world, and as long as it's not on your doorstep, you're not going to be bothered by it. But at the end of the day, okay, if you look at the wars that we've had, like World War I and II, eventually it will come to your doorstep. All these injustices that are happening, it will come, okay? And you just need to give it time and ignore it long enough, and it will come bite you, and it will find you, okay? Even that post about Trevor Noah that I posted, okay, I got 12 likes on those in that post. So I think there was a few people that actually agreed with that. So anyway, let's see. So this Knight of Swords today, sorry, okay, I'm like digressing here. The Knight of Swords, what I've noticed is when you choose a new path and you start to discover new things, I've seen people become very abrasive with their new knowledge, okay? They become abrasive with their new knowledge, and they become very, like, dictator. It's like somebody that becomes a dictator. And that person just firmly believe that, okay, this is the truth and that's all there is to it, okay? There's no space or openness to learn or to grow. Okay, and this is what the Knight of Swords is speaking about today. Okay, the Knight of Swords is can be a very abrasive energy, a very energy of somebody today like a know-it-all. Okay, or not necessarily a know-it-all. It could be a very knowledgeable, wise, and intelligent person, but it's not necessarily always a person that wants to learn or wants to grow. Okay, because it's a swords card. So today it comes across like that. Okay, abrasive with knowledge, abrasive with opinion, or abrasive with, yeah, this is what is coming to, because you don't want to alienate people. Okay, and today the Knight of Swords comes across as some type of alienating energy, but at the end of the day you have to soften the blow. The other thing that also comes to mind is hip to be square, the song hip to be square. I don't know why. Okay, Seven of Wands is your third card. Okay, so you need to value. You need to ask, you need to ask yourself what you value. What is more important to you? What are the most important things to you? Okay? And how we can transform certain aspects about ourselves to create a better environment, not only for ourselves, but also for the people in our lives. Okay, with this T-square, I think it's also it's a good and excellent opportunity to face, seeing that it's going to be, yeah, with this Page of Cups, it's going to be something that touches on the emotions. Okay, it's going to touch on your emotions, it's going to touch on certain psychological parts, and it's basically going to trigger certain things. For some people it's not going to be that bad, for others it's going to be a huge trigger. Okay, and this is what you need to look at, because if something triggers you, it's basically an indication. Say if you get sick, okay, your throat starts to become sore, you understand, okay, I'm going to get sick, I'm going to have a flu or whatever. It's basically signs. Okay, so your triggers are signs that there's something that you need to heal or need to look at. Because I feel there's a lot of tension in the air right now in this week with this T-square, especially emotionally. Okay, it might affect people that have water in the moon. Okay, people that might have water in the moon sign, it might affect a lot. Okay, okay, your fourth card is a wise woman. This wise woman is asking you today to create some type of peaceful stability in your world. And the only way that you can create this peaceful stability is to build your happiness, not only for yourself, but others. I've had a conversation once with my son, okay, and he was very young. He was probably 7 or 8 years old. And he was always a wise young man since he was a little boy. I was always astonished at the stuff that would come out of his mouth when he was a baby. But I had one conversation with him when he was probably 8 or 9 years old, when he said to me, Mom, we were talking about happiness, and yeah, this is exactly this deep conversations that I always had with my kids and still do. So basically, we were talking about happiness, and he said we cannot be truly happy. None of us can be truly 100% happy. Because if we are going to be truly 100% happy, it's going to be at the expense of someone else. The only way we can truly be happy is if we It's almost like he was explaining, and it made total sense. Okay, it might not make sense to you, but I totally understand his perspective, and it does make sense. Okay, he basically explains where he says, okay, you cannot build your happiness of someone else's unhappiness. In other words, that person, if that person needs to compromise, if that person needs to give up something and be unhappy at the expense, their happiness at the expense of your happiness, that's not true happiness. Okay, that means that person is going to be entirely happy, but the other person is miserable. Okay, so in order for both parties to be truly happy, both of them need to be miserable. Do you understand where I'm going with this, or what he was trying to say? Okay, it's compromise from both sides. Okay, not only, but like, I think it was yesterday that I think it was in some reading, I don't know which reading it was, I spoke about Eartha Kitt. Okay, I don't know which reading that was. I spoke about Eartha Kitt, and I can't even remember if it was in a reading that I spoke about her, where she had this interview. Okay, she had this interview, and this guy was talking about love relationship, and he said, doesn't love mean you have to compromise if you're in a relationship? And she like literally mocked him with her laughter, heckled him with her laughter. Okay, this is how much she disagreed with him about this, and you should just go listen to her explanation, and it makes totally sense. She basically says, if you're in love, there's really no compromise. Okay, if both people are in love, there's really no compromise. So this wise woman is speaking about creating some type of peaceful stability. Okay, it's like the universe is also asking you, this balance that needs to be struck not only in your personal values, but in your material life also. Okay, the one cannot be more than the other. It has to be balanced. I want to give an example of what I mean, of being balanced in finances and in your personal values. Okay, I want to give an example, but I want to give a global, like, a lot of people, if you look at your country, regardless of where you live, all countries have armies. They have the navy, they have their own navy, they have their own air force, they have their own army, they have like a special service, like in America they have the FBI or the CIA. I don't know what the hell they have here in South Africa, but anyway, okay, every country has this specific group of that protects the nation. Okay, so basically these things are put in place to protect the nation, to protect their property, to protect what belongs to them. Okay, which is understandable. Where the problem comes in is when certain countries want to extend their territories and basically become greedy and overpower others and have more. So this is what it's talking about. Okay, overcoming some type of greed, overcoming some type of greed for power. Okay, ego trips and stuff like that. This is what a Knight of Wands is coming through today. It's almost like here with this Knight of Wands, this fire energy of the Knight of Wands, that passion, that desire that comes with this energy. It needs to be used. Okay, this fire energy, it needs to be transforming Fire is a transforming energy. It's one of the most powerful transforming energies that you could ever have, okay? Fire energy. Okay, so instead of you considering these obstacles or these tensions of this a planetary configuration or alignment that I spoke about, try to sit down, try to reflect, okay? Ask yourself, why does it trigger me so much? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling, okay? You would be surprised on how much these planetary alignments that goes on affects us. Even the moon and the phases of the moon, it affects us, okay? If the moon has the ability to affect the tides of the ocean, what makes you think it cannot affect you? Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number 6 card is the Knight of Cups. I'm going to draw all cards now. 7. 7th card is the 3 of Cups. 8th card is Justice. And your 9th card is your, wow, the 4. Oh, wow. Wow. This is just so amazing. Okay. I had this download this morning about the Fool's Journey. Okay. I don't know. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Your number 6 card is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is asking you to have environmental harmony with the people around you. And basically, to create this environmental harmony, you have to start to work on yourself, okay? You need to reflect on your own contribution towards the world. I was talking about my reading in one of my readings where I had these workshops with these kids. I took this bag of rubbish, and while I was talking to the kids, I took a piece of rubbish and I threw it on the floor until the whole floor was covered in rubbish. And they thought I was crazy doing this. And I said, just imagine if every individual reasoned that whatever they did wasn't making a difference. If your piece of rubbish and every person's piece of rubbish is contributing to the environment or destroying the environment, your positive contributions, however small it may be, can also change the world, okay? It begins in your immediate environment. It's almost like that reading, charity begins at home, okay? So the 3 of Cups is your number 7 card. Yeah, with the 3 of Cups, it talks about friendships, okay? It's talking about harmony, and it lays a lot of emphasis on this with this. Wise woman. Yeah, with this page, with this Justice, with this Fool. It comes across as if the universe wants you to create harmony. And the only way you can create harmony is by starting with yourself. Discovering aspects of yourself and things that you need to do for yourself and about yourself to change, okay? The man in the mirror thing, okay? 3 of Cups is, the Justice card is the next card. Surround yourself with the type of people, yeah, with the 3 of Cups that have the same vision as you. If you're somebody that works, maybe with people and stuff like that, okay, on a regular basis. Justice is your next card. It's like the universe wants you to create. It's like the universe is opening new doors, okay? Opening new gateways. This is the word. It's opening new gateways, okay? Opening new gateways to new experiences for us all. To change the narrative, okay, about how we do things and how things were always done, basically. So basically, we need to utilize this time Create a deeper understanding and increase our own personal awareness and our own, the Ace of Swords is coming to mind, our own personal raw power, okay, so that we can bring about this change that we desire so much in this world, okay. We cannot bring about this change if we don't start with ourselves and discover ourselves, and we need to dive very deep for this, okay. Justice is something that is not for some, it's for all, okay. And you need to prove yourself here. It's almost like you, not you only, but we as a collective. It basically is telling you, practice what you preach. Do not say something and not be that thing, okay? Do not preach about something and not be what you say you. Do you understand? Practice what you preach. Put your money where your mouth is. This is the type of energy here. The last card is the Fool. We all should strive for more. We should strive to be better than we were yesterday. The Fool is today talking about us finding purpose. Okay, finding purpose in our connections with other individuals. The world has really become disconnected. We complain a lot about what's going on in the world, how people don't give a fuck about each other. People don't care about each other. People don't love each other. Everybody complains about this. Okay, I understand this. Then be the love. Okay, instead of complaining about this, be the change. And start here in your immediate environment. Okay, we all need to do this, me too, including me. Okay, so a last card. Okay, last card, Snake. Okay, deception, cheating, intelligence, desire, seduction, and untrustworthiness. This is the type of energy that the universe wants you to avoid. Okay, the universe is requiring us now with this trine that we have here, this Mars Pluto Sun T-square. I'm not trying. T-square, I'm sorry. This T-square that we're having. The universe wants you. This is the type of energies that you need to work on, that you need to address, and that you need to, Afrikaans you say flick up. It's like, this is very graphic that I have in my head. If you catch a fish and you gut, okay, you basically have to gut this thing open so that all the inside come out, and you have to see. Okay, you have to do it this way. This is the only way. Okay, anyway, this is your reading for today, guys. I hope it was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please take care. I love you. Bye.